Hey, well tonight I'm angry because cancel culture has come for Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss, who taught me to read, you to read, and my children to read. God knows how many children he has taught to read. Dr. Seuss apparently has offended the mob. Dr. Seuss is gone. The worst part of it is Dr. Seuss Enterprises, the entity that licenses his works, is on board with this decision. They are the ones who helped to pull his books from publication. And not only that, this is what they said. The books portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong. Says Dr. Seuss Enterprises. This was what they said 2 days ago, by the way, shamefully, on the anniversary of Dr. Seuss's birthday, March 2nd. Sadly, Dr. Seuss has been dead for almost 30 years now, but luckily I did find a poem that is in his style that some say is actually composed by him, although I have to say I doubt it. And here it is. You cannot read my books no more. These times, I fear, I do abhor. I never meant to cause offense. I didn't realize you were so dense. If we could all just get along, it might just lead to song. I meant my songs to bring delight. Now I see them lead to fight. I cared too much while I was here. Now gone, I watch in deep despair. My message, always soft and true, is now misunderstood by you. No longer shall we do it here. No longer shall we do it there. We do it who knows where. The days are past when I do care. You cannot always stay on top. At least the deaths from green eggs will stop. That sadly is the last I will say about Dr. Seuss. It seems despicable to me that the entity that's responsible for the licensing of his works, entity that took in $33 million in 2020 reselling Dr. Theodore Geisel's works, they have turned their back on him. Even eBay has removed listings for Dr. Seuss's books. This is eBay's comments. They are removing Dr. Seuss books from sale over offensive imagery. eBay, who I will point out, still has Mein Kampf by Adolf Hitler on sale. Dr. Seuss books, too offensive. Adolf Hitler, not as offensive. I don't know how anybody could explain it. I've lost hope that anybody can. Here's another example. The Muppets. The Muppets are now going to be required to have a disclaimer on the Disney Plus channel. And the reason for this is that there's a show with Johnny Cash where there's a Confederate flag behind him. There's a show where somebody refers to an American Indian as an Indian. There's a Muppet show where they seem to show Arabs digging for oil. Obviously stereotypes, but I don't think offensive stereotypes. And even if 100 years after the creation of a show, somebody takes offense, isn't there some cultural norm? Isn't there something that reflects the fact that this is art from our time, and it shouldn't just be tossed aside? The fact that Dr. Seuss and the Muppets, two of the most innocuous shows that I could possibly imagine, shows that were meant for kids, shows that were meant to help integration, shows that were meant to show kids how to deal with each other, how to be gentle and kind with each other. Even these shows are now cancelled. This cancel culture is toxic. It doesn't care who it cancels. Dr. Seuss's books contained fanciful language and equally fanciful illustrations. If you think any of the characters in Dr. Seuss's books looked humanoid, that is your problem. They didn't. It was entirely fancy. The rhymes were nonsense. Dr. Seuss, who helped so many of us achieve literacy, now from the grave has to watch as his entire legacy is trashed with the help of the Seuss Enterprise organization. This is as shameful an event as I've experienced in the last year. I can't imagine where we could go from here. If Dr. Seuss and the Muppets are offensive, who isn't? Please, let's wake up.